HALALYAM la YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM QADASH MASHANAKABAD la HASHALAYAM Mazikwanyam Shagre Millstone rule well and teach well. Shalom wa Barakiam al Habachayar. I don't want to we're a part of that number. This is your brother and fellow servant Aria from the GMS Orlando camp. And I want to make a lesson. 3 precepts just going into making sure that we embody spiritual principles and give place unto wrath. Probably call this give place unto wrath. Starting with Proverbs 20 and 22. Say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on the Lord, and he shall save thee. Right? So we're not supposed to take matters into our own hands and match energy. You notice how a lot of people be talking about they match people's energy, right? Notice how it's always when it's negativity. Whenever somebody say, oh, I match energy, they're never talking about anything positive. You know, being a good friend. You know, my friend do this to me, or this is how they talk to me. I'm gonna talk to them like that back, right? And you know, you come to realize that it all boils down to pride, right? Because if someone's being nice to you, being kind to you, and speaking to you gently, lovingly, you know, in a very careful, considerate manner, I don't never hear nobody talk about matching energy then. And it makes sense because iniquity is abounding and the love of most is waxing cold. But in terms of embodying, in terms of character, and in terms of embodying the words of the Bible, no one ever wants to go that route. So for us, of the body of YAHAWASHI, we must embody that. We must go that route. Because how we deal with each other, how we deal with, you know, the body of YAHAWASHI, that's the most important thing. The fruits of the Spirit, that's truly embodying YAHAWASHI and walking in his footsteps. You know, brothers was just talking about this last night and meditating on it days prior as well. Basically, we're the only ones that embody all the fruits of the Spirit. And we're works in progress, but we're the only ones. You may have a person out here in the world that embodies maybe one principle, maybe 2 principles, but we embody all the principles that YAHAWASHI exhibited and that your Heavenly Father Yahweh commanded of us. No one else. You know, that's a part of what makes us the light of the world. We lose sight. It's so easy to lose sight of what truly makes us a special chosen people. What makes us representatives, righteous representatives of the Heavenly Father. It's not just the knowledge and wisdom that we have. You know, it's not just prophecy, although that is these are major factors. These are major things that this is about. But we often easily lose sight of the fruits of the Spirit. Let me grab that, right, since I keep saying it. This is Galatians 5 and 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. We are supposed to embody all of these principles, all of these fruits. Like I said, someone may be gentle. You might have somebody that is joyful, but everything else they fall short on. But the Lord has commanded us and drawn us out of the world to embody all of these things. And the main thing right now that I'm focusing on is not having that pride about you to where you want to take vengeance. You want to avenge yourself. Again, that is a prideful thing to do. I'm going to show you. Recompense, Salakia. Romans 12 and 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. So as people talk about, oh, I'm going to match your energy. Again, they never mean it in a positive sense. They always mean it in terms of negativity. We're supposed to bring the energy. We don't match nobody's energy. We match YAHAWASHI's energy, if anything. But we're supposed to bring the energy. We're supposed to set the tone. We're supposed to be lights of the world no matter what, no matter how much darkness is around us. If you have a mindset of, I'm going to get this nigga back for what he did to me. I'm going to get this bitch back for what she said to me. I'm going to avenge myself. That's prideful. Number one, because you're taking matters into your own hands instead of humbling yourself and understanding the Lord is trying me. Everything, the Lord is doing it. Everything, the Lord is in control. So trust Him. There's something I can learn from this, or I need to be humble, be prudent, avoid conflict, right? Just move on about my day, take my ego out of the equation, and realize that more than likely this person that's bothering me is probably gonna die. They're probably somebody in the world. Road rage, let the nigga have it. As long as you didn't get hit, you're being safe, you're being prudent. Don't worry about it. It literally doesn't matter. You're gonna forget about it in a couple minutes, right? And then most importantly, dealing with the body, dealing with your brothers and sisters. You talk, communicate. Voice what offended you if you got offended. Make sure you're humble and you apologize, brother. I don't mean to offend you. If there's anything that offended you, let me know. Anything I can do to help you out to rectify what I did wrong, or if you got done wrong by a brother, go to that brother one-on-one. You know, I want to talk. You know, this has been bothering me. Or you just said this, or you just did this, and it kind of offended me. It kind of hurt me. Brother, I didn't mean to do it, or okay, I did that. I understand where you're coming from. I'm gonna do my best to not let that happen again. Or I'm gonna keep that in mind. Brother may just not have known, or the brother, just didn't mean it, or whatever the case may be. But we, as a family, we love each other and we want what's best for each other. It's not a competition. It's not me versus you. I say this in my household all the time. I say this to my family all the time. This is a collaboration. It's not a competition. We should never feel like we're arguing and we gotta win an argument. No, we want to come to an understanding. We want to get clarity, and we want to progress and move forward. We don't want to hold grudges. We don't want to have resentment. It's so easy to hold resentment. It's so easy to let demons occupy your mind, get you thinking about shit, arguing, made up scenarios in your mind, and get you angrier than what you were already, or make you think that it's something that it's not. Now the whole time you're festering a hatred that if you would have just talked to the brother or talked to the sister, it would have been squashed and it would have been done. But again, that's pride, because you want to hold on to something like you right, like you just all right, and you don't got nothing to improve upon. Like they just deserve the worst. They just deserve for you to treat them like shit, or look down on them from now on. That's ridiculous. This is Sirach 28 and verse 1. He that revengeth, and you are taking vengeance even in your mind, the thoughts of foolishness is sin, by letting those demons fester and change your outlook on a brother. build up bitterness in you, build up resentment. That should be gone. You should not be holding no resentment for no brother. It'd be easy to, a lot of people, be easy for us to let go of shit people in the world did to us. You be forgiving them. Niggas that don't know nothing about the truth. And you can keep it cool and cordial with them. You can laugh and banter and whatever. Go about your day, not even think about the shit that they did, right? But for a brother, for a sister, you're going to hold on to that. That's why the apostles and elders on down say, you know, somebody in the truth is worse, can be worse than a person in the world, man. Because you having this truth, you get puffed up with pride. That knowledge puffs you up, and you think you somebody. You think you can look down on someone and be bitter and whatnot. That's ridiculous. The Lord's not dealing with that. It says, "He that revengeth shall find vengeance from the Lord, and he will surely keep his sins in remembrance." Because you got your own thing. How does it, like our brother YAHAWAH always says, you feel some type of way about somebody. How does the Lord feel about you? How does the Lord feel about you? Forgive thy neighbor the hurt that he hath done unto thee. So shall thy sins also be forgiven when thou prayest. Because trust and believe, you definitely did something. We're all guilty. We have all fallen short. If not to that specific individual, to somebody else. And maybe think about if that person that you may have offended or hurt, if they're doing the same thing that you're doing, and demons and negativity and resentment is festering in them towards you while you're doing it to somebody else. You wouldn't want that. So we should all have that loving brotherly treatment for each other, brotherly thoughts towards one another. I want that brother to succeed. I want that brother to do good, because I love that brother, I love that sister, right? One beareth hatred against another, and doth he seek pardon from the Lord? So how the hell you gonna ask for forgiveness and you not forgiving another brother? How you expect the Lord to deal with you and you not embodying the fruits of the Spirit towards your brethren? You got brothers on the battlefield standing side by side. How the fuck you comfortable going to war with another man that is thinking negative thoughts towards you? And you're supposed to be shoulder to shoulder on the battlefield. We're in a spiritual war. We don't got nobody else but each other. And you showing bitterness and hatred towards somebody like you. What did it say? He showeth no mercy to a man which is like himself. And doeth he ask forgiveness of his own sins? So how you going to be forgiven and you not forgiving? You're not forgiving. You can say you're forgiving all day, but do your actions, does your thought process reflect your words? Or are you sitting there lying to yourself, being delusional? Whatever needs to be done in order for the beef or whatever it is to get squashed, in order to move forward brotherly and lovingly, that needs to get done. Whatever conversation needs to happen, the prayers and the rebuke. A lot of us, even me, speaking to myself first and foremost, you playing out scenarios, you're playing out a whole argument, a whole fake ass argument in your mind. You think, I should have said this. You're thinking back to other shit. There's literally demons in your mind talking to you. And you're talking back you're bouncing off of each other. Negativity. Is that not insane? Are you not a basket case? That's mentally insane. Those are literally demons that you're giving into, that you're conversing with, that you're allowing to build resentment within you for somebody that you are supposed to love. Especially if that person repented. We're not talking about a nigga that is continuing to just don't give a fuck, right? But it said, forgive your brother 70 times 7, as long as they're like, okay, I acknowledge what I did. I may not be perfect. It may take some time to get consistent or correct the bad habits completely, but if the brother has a willing mind, you forgive that brother and you work with them. So we're not talking about somebody that is just stuck in their ways and stiff-necked. We're talking about we're all repenting. We're all doing our best. So reproach not a man that turns from sin. Otherwise, the Lord could be like, look at this bad habit. I keep on correcting you with that. I keep on having you stub your toe. You know, I'm done with you. I'm not going to forgive you anymore. I'm not going to have mercy on you no more. In fact, I'm going to have your toe get cut off. Oh, man, the Lord don't do that. You know? Now, if we sin willfully, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. But we are not those reprobates. We're not living in sin. We're not sinners. Lord willing. So he showeth no mercy to a man which is like himself. And doth he ask forgiveness of his own sins? Because he that has shown no mercy, he shall be judged without mercy that hath shown no mercy, like it says in James. If he that is but flesh nourish hatred, who will entreat for pardon of his sins? So, come on now, man. Back in Romans 12 and 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. So, be honest. Stop lying. Stop deluding yourself. Giving in to these demons in your mind. Just have a conversation. Just go and do your best to talk it out. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what the scriptures command us to do. Go one-on-one and deal with it. Face to face. Handle your business. So you can move forward and stop holding on to past shit. Holding on to grudges, keeping a record of wrongdoings. You're wicked as hell and prideful as fuck for that. Period. That's prideful. Because who do you think you are? You're looking at all the brother's shortcomings, but you're not looking at your own. Knowing that you desperately need mercy. We all desperately need mercy. How are we going to look at somebody else? How are we going to look down on somebody else when we're fucked up our own damn self? You know? That's prideful too, not to recognize the need for mercy, not to recognize your own position, but look down on somebody else. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. And you can't be on that passive aggressive shit either, because that's not letting it go. That sarcasm, that passive aggression, at that point, you are wicked, bro. You're wicked. You are embracing wickedness. You're embracing carnal mindedness. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. Give place unto wrath. Cast your cares upon YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, for he careth for you, and he will help you through it. He'll help you rebuke them demons. Rebuke all of that. You'll be like, man, I was tripping. Why was I looking at the brother this way? Things that he didn't even say. Things that he didn't even do. I'm playing out these scenarios. I'm playing out these fake arguments. And I'm just making myself angrier and resent them more. You have to rebuke that. You have to get over that. And realize we're all going for the same penny. We all just want to be saved. We all want mercy. We all need to love each other, man. The sincere YAHAWAH. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. So it's a beautiful thing for brethren to dwell together in unity. You know, and that goes for your family, your siblings, your spouse, you know, spouses, whatever. It goes for your camp members. We all need to embody the fruits of the Spirit: gentleness, temperance, meekness, charity, joy, peace, love. All of these things, we have to embody that. It's one thing to know what's coming down the pipeline, to understand prophecy, Jacob's trouble, and it's another thing how you're carrying yourself as a part of the body of YAHAWASHI. And if you're a bad brother or a bad sister, you can forget about Jacob's trouble. You can forget about all this other stuff. You are not even part of the body, period. So these are things, character building, that we need to work on. So I pray this is edifying, exhorting and uplifting through the spirit and power of BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, the BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH QADASH, bestowed upon me to bring out this lesson and push forth this word. Mashana kabad lahashalachiayam was a quaniam shall great millstone that we're willing to teach well. Shalom wa barakiam al habachayar. I don't want to much as I were part of that number. And blessings, honor, glory, and power be unto YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI, from yad wa la awalam, always and forever. Shalom.